What's up, guys and gals, chitlins of all ages? Brian here with ETM 540 Clubhouse in the shop as usual, still cranking on this freaking racer. Oh my gosh. Now, don't get me wrong, it's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot on this thing, and this really is going to push us into another level of really trying to fabricate and make all of our own parts and, just go out of the box a little, like think abnormally, challenge, focus, anxiety, stress, fear. I think I just pooped myself. Yep, I pooped myself. And the reason why I say that is because of the fact that this thing has got me down to the wire for Wasteland weekend. But I'm spending as much time as I possibly can, free time wise, making it happen. Rhonda's really pushing me to make it just as much as it needs to be to get out there. And so I'm just going to keep pushing. So right now I am actually drilling out the hub portion of our wheel adapters that we built. So that way we can permanently put the front wheels on. And that's going really freaking good so far. So we're going to do that. And then after that for today, I think I am going to finish detailing up on the throttle linkage and stuff like that. But we'll just film it as we go because we're in freaking crunch time and we gotta make this happen. So let's get to freaking work. So this thing only allows me to drill through it enough to where it finally says, hey, butthead, give me a freaking break. I'm overheating. So right now we're in brake mode. We're gonna let this cool down and then we'll time lapse the next couple holes that we do for that. And then from there, we can actually bolt down the adapters and put these things on the freaking front end. So I'm stoked. Yeah. All right, let's get to it. They're freaking done finally. And these are just the fronts. I still got rears to do, but whatever. Hole saw freaking worked great. I can't remember the name of the company, but it plowed right through them. It took a little time and it was a pain in the ass, but it made it. But I had to fine tune a little bit, but these things are finally to a place where they just drop right in. Drop right in. All right, there's still a little bit of adjustment, but it does go. You're making me look bad in front of my friends. It does go in. Both sides are able to. Boom. And now we can freaking put them on. For now, I'm just going to put the adapters onto the hubs, and then from there, we could figure out doing wheels and bolting those up later. I don't want to take up too much space because I only have so much room right here, and with the tires on, it freaking widens this thing big time. So yeah, so for now I'm going to finish that up, and then I think we're going to call it good for the day. But in the next day that we're back here, I need to do a couple things to the motor, and I think we're going to try and fire this freaking biscuit up. So now that I got these done, these were huge as far as the finished product. Now we can really move on and buckle down. So let's do it. But yeah, for now, let's get these things buttoned up. All right, they're freaking on. They're not great, but they're not terrible either. I'm not hating on these. And they worked. They're wobbly, but I mean, honestly, for something that I just dreamed up in my head and utilized, you know, just some recycled stuff, some bought stuff, I mean, they're gonna function. This thing is gonna be wobbly as hell, I can tell you that. But luckily we're not going very fast. And now the next time I make them, I know what I need to do to improve. So sometimes you just gotta work with what you got. And I don't have every single thing I need. I wish I had a lathe. I'd like to learn how to use a lathe. I think that would have definitely like made things a little more dialed. Well, actually a freaking lot more dialed. And we could do a lot more with that. But for now, I mean, honestly, like this thing, we wouldn't have done anything else with this project other than something like this, because there's really no other place that we could run this thing. A lot of the tracks nowadays are closed down. It's expensive, and quite honestly, I mean, we're not really a racing family. We like to build stuff and yeah, do all that. So, but yeah, I'm stoked. And eventually, I mean, who knows? This may be a long time Wasteland vehicle. This could turn into a whole different other off-road project. You never know. The chassis is good and we can alter it however we want. So, but yeah, I'm stoked on that. And I think I'm going to call it good for today. I got some other things, small things to button up, but nothing that I really need to film. So I'm going to call it good. And then when we come back, some of the stuff that I am buttoning up has to do with putting some fuel in this freaking pig and starting her up. So yeah, stay tuned for that. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, later, 2-3 days after next week in Friday. You know how we do things. Okay, don't judge me. It's been a crazy week. Well, kind of a crazy week. The boys went back to school. Yeah, that's that's all that's really happened. There hasn't been really too much mayhem. But we did get some stuff done during the week that we needed to, which I'm really stoked about. And we got our hardware for the wheel adapters and the wheels. And we got our freaking gas! I love you. You're my little guy. Poop! Sorry about that. Now, I'm not going to complain too much about this, but from what I understand, I didn't know too much about, but it makes sense. Gas prices have gone up like a mo flipper, like a lot, I guess. And it was actually kind of surprising how much a tank exchange was. But now that I have it, I'm freaking stoked. But when we first had the other one, it lasted quite a long time. So I'm hoping that this one will too. So what we're going to do today is we're going to finish wrapping up things with our wheel adapters, putting our front wheels on, welding up that back part, the little, that zone. You know what I mean? And then we're going to freaking start this bitch. You gonna start for me? You gonna start for me? Huh? Oh. All right, I just had to do it. So, in order to keep the ball rolling on this, because this is the 40-day left mark until the event, and today is the Saturday before this video came out, we're going to keep the time-lapse thing rolling. And yeah, just kind of, God, I'm so bad. And we're just going to keep it rolling just to the point where we can make stuff happen, Captain, and get her done. So as interesting things go down, we'll put the video back on, but for the most part, we're time-lapsing. I'm not even switching over my camera from the tripod. It's on there. So I'm just bumping into things like crazy. It's fun. So yeah, let's do this. I mean, tell me that isn't badass. Tell me that didn't freaking burn. All right, I gotta settle down for the sake of the ticker right there because that thing looks amazing. Oh my gosh. All right, let me flip this biscuit around. They are unofficially bolted down, ready to freaking rock. I hope they hold air. Didn't check that yet, but whatever. And believe it or not, even with how off the adapters were, they even themselves out somehow, and they spin pretty dang good. They're not too far off balance. I mean, very minimal. So I'm really stoked about that. Yeah, well, that one may be a little more. Yeah, don't look at that one. But they're freaking on, and they ain't going nowhere. I'm leaving these suckers on there, so I'm freaking pumped. So now that we got that task all taken care of and looking amazing, I want to go ahead and do the tack welding on this little back rack on the bottom. And then we'll move on to seeing about starting that biscuit up. But before we move on to doing the little weld, guess who's here at the shop today? So Denny's working on something that we started a while back, and that's when we picked up these ATC 70s over here. The front tires and some of the other tires we had laying around were shot, so we cut them up. And this guy, hey, how's it going? Wait, why are you getting closer? That's so weird. We ended up making this, like, well, puzzle pieces. We made basically puzzle pieces out of them. And now what he's doing is he's putting them together into basically a tire blanket, a rubber rester, or grandma's quilt of tires. Oh, a tire knit. Quilty tire? A tire quilty? A tire doily.
No.
You know your grandma had a doily. Everyone's grandma has a doily. I don't care what era you're from.
My grandma doesn't have a doily.
Oh, bullcrap. Every grandma has a doily. So anyways, this is his little zone. So that is actually going to be going over that, which goes over that. So that way it's not so race car. Kind of race car, but not race car. But you know what I mean. But anyways, that's what he's working on. And hopefully we'll have that ready to show off by the end of the day. And then, yeah, we're going to get to our little screen. You distracted me. ADD. ADD. We all have ADD. It's nuts. Okay, anyways, let's get to it. All right, well, that is buttoned up as much as I think it's gonna need to be for now. I don't think we're gonna build it up to where someone's gonna be able to stand on it and whatnot. It's just not in the cards yet. I don't think it's that year for that to happen. So I think the passenger stuff we'll probably maybe try and do for next year because we want to check the performance of this engine first with just one person before we move on to thinking about having rear gunners and, you know, towing stuff and all that. So we'll just see how the performance is first and then check it out. But what I forgot is that when we ran out of gas the last time for the welder, we were still welding on this side of the Nerf bars. So I want to button that up and then possibly add that little back screen. And Denny and I were talking earlier about what we might have laying around. I'd rather weld something onto it, but if I can't find anything to weld onto it, then we were talking about just using some more of that little chicken wire. So we're going to jam that out really quick. And then I think it's going to be engine start time. What is that going on there? What the? Is that coming out of my ear? Oh, no, I'm just kidding. It's my hair. I'm growing my hair out. So let's freaking do this. Enough hair talk. All right, so we kind of just went for it with that one, but yeah. So I found some of the leftovers from the other grate that we used over there, and I just started tacking it on, and it actually fits pretty good. I mean, it's not like a full-blown chain guard, but it's something in that spot that you know, just kind of fills it in more and looks better. But here's the other side Denny's got it holding. And that's just like what it looked like pre putting it in there. It's kind of hard to see because of all the awesomeness that's happening behind it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna finish welding that up, and then we'll just take the grinder and do a little.
Let's get to it. That's a cut.
And then we'll call it good. So yeah, we're looking pretty good right now. I think this is the last little bit we're gonna do before we fire her up. Sorry about that. So let's do it. I'm okay. I got it. Let's do this. Ready? Wait, you're not even doing anything. You're just sitting there.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, well, that was one last little thing I want to do. There was still some kind of sharp edges on the areas where there was welds and whatnot, and I just wanted to make sure that we get those tightened up so that way if someone does put their hand down or whatever, they don't, you know, drag it along, get a cut. I just want to make sure we're safe. I mean, everyone out there has tetanus shots, right? They're gonna have all their vaccinations in order. I don't know. So just to be on the safe side, I just wanted to take care of that. But now we are going to get to the fun stuff. And hopefully, if all goes well, start this son of a pig. Okay. Nah. Let's do this. All right, ladies and gents, we've enlisted the help of Rhonda to work the throttle for us, and let's see if we can get this biscuit to fire. Oh no. Oh no. No. Oh my God. Freaking hell. Figured out our problems. So right now the kill switch is set to off, and prior I had it set to on, so there's no sparks going through. So all my wires are switched up in the back, and we're gonna set it back up. Try it again. Let's do this. Ready to try it again? Let's set it off. Oh! Yes! Woo! Oh my gosh. Oh, come on. We were just doing so good. Oh, come on, baby. Yeah! Oh. Oops. Sorry, I was so excited I should have kept spraying. Oh, I think that was me. Oh, okay. All right, I feel better. That's good. That's all right. That was my sign. He was like, all right, bitch, stop. You're done. Oh. 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 Pull start suck. Yeah. Well, that's freaking exciting. That thing is loud. Holy crap. And she popped off. She needs some adjustments though, because as we were doing it and after it actually fired up, I was looking around and I just realized that that carburetor isn't even fully on to the intake manifold. And so that was probably allowing a little extra air to pull through there that wasn't necessary. But I mean, hey, that's maybe why I dumped a quarter of a can of starting fluid into it and it finally fired. So between the on-off switch being reversed and that, getting that situated, cleaning the carb, dialing that in a bit more, I think after that we're going to be good to go. So with that, we want to thank you guys so much for joining us once again in the freaking Clubhouse. We're very close to being done. I think we have one more solid week of things to do, and then we can call this thing good and wrapped up and legitimately just do the fun stenciling and all that other good stuff. And yeah, and then we start packing because we got about 40 days. So thank you guys so much as always. Thank you to the subscriber for sending in the Central Pneumatic pressure my God. Thank you. What she said. Central Pneumatic 40-pound pressurized abrasive blaster that we had in our Amazon wish list. We appreciate you guys so much because these little tools really help us increase our skills. They really push us to want to do like bigger and better things. That thing is going to be amazing for that thing, and that's going to make this thing very happy. Yeah. That, FYI, TDY, BYB, BRB, BRB, that might be going with us somewhere next year. I'm not going to tell you where, but it's going to go somewhere. So anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us. We're out of here. I think we're going to go cook some sirloin steak and enjoy the rest of the evening. Food. Mama wants food. So, we love you guys. Subscribe, like, comment, tell your friends. What else they got to do, Denny?
Like.
I already said that.
Oh. Share.
I think I said share. Maybe I didn't say share.
Amazon Wasteland.
That's right. Now, get off me. Ow. I hit my knee. So I don't have much of a bonus footage section for today's video. Because there's just been racer. But I do have a question for you guys. How many of you would like to see us start a website with some merch? Because I really want to start making some more stuff just to make it available to the public. I am actually going to have some stuff to give away out at Wasteland weekend. So we will have a variation of things. So if you see us, come check us out and let's do some bartering because I'm willing to barter for some of that stuff too. So anyways, let me know what you think. All right, guys. Love ya.